What's up, everybody? I just want to give you an update in terms of what I've done so far. So I'm now at the stage where I'm now using anti-gravity to scrape leads for me. I'm at that stage now, so I managed to pump out. I managed to lead scrape, enrich the leads, meaning that I figured out how to filter out the leads that are good, and now I then produce asset value assets. Essentially, they're pretty much like Google Docs, where I can send images to, or not the images, LinkedIn posts, essentially ghostwriting to potential obscure niches that don't really get reached out. I try to make um, a script to talk about, but essentially I'm just using AI to front load everything. The only thing that's manual is me copy and pasting, looking for the accounts on LinkedIn and sending it through. I am sharing my Google Docs. So essentially, they read the two-sentence DM, they click on the link, and if I get a reply back, I get a reply back. My current problem right now is I'm not sending enough. So today I did five, but that took me like 3-4 days to create the lead generation scraper. Now that I've got momentum, I've built it up. I've I've essentially can just keep searching and scraping. The thing that I need to figure out is just automating it a little bit more, and also trying to figure out a way to use less tokens. I still don't know anything about AI automation, API tokens, different chatbots, but essentially, after learning through this and trial and error, I figured out that Anthropic, which is the Claude API, I've used it all up. I'm using up all of the Gemini API. I've got some um, credit in DeepSeek, but I'm going to play around with Kimi 2.5 because I know that's pretty good. Um, the last couple of things I've learned was using Claude Code. I still don't really understand that yet. I feel like that's a shiny object syndrome for me as a beginner. I've messed around with open code. That's also shiny object syndrome. The thing that I've been using mainly is what you're seeing here is the screen and open agent manager. Essentially, you can get, and I would recommend getting one agent to do one thing. Oh, there was a thing that I just saw. Maybe I need to understand that a bit more. But essentially, one chat is one agent, and I've been using prompts like I can use like a sub agent to do more deep research, and then in another chat, I'll get it to do market research, and then in another chat, I'll do the enrichment. So if you guys want to know my workflow for scraping leads, essentially I've got an agent scraping leads, which comes out to be like a CSV file. So we've got like raw leads. I've got 25. From there, I'm going to enrich them. So from the 25, I should have less leads because some are good and some aren't good. So I ended up getting eight. So I've sent eight outreach DMs. So, I've got 92 to go, but I need to get better at getting more and sending more out. The thing about LinkedIn, you can't do 98 in one day. So I just got to figure out another way. Maybe use YouTube or, YouTube or LinkedIn. I think X is a bit too heavy for me, but YouTube or LinkedIn might be a good way to go. The other thing, for those on the same journey as me and trying to figure stuff out, I've been using MD files. MD files are ways you could transfer the skills. So I've got a buddy that's trying to figure all this out, and I need to figure out a way that I can send all this code into someone else's project so they can use. Um, I think there's two things I can think about. One is to make a GitHub clone and then give instructions to Pete on how to use it. I think that would be the easiest thing. So he can just pretty much copy and paste. I want to do that. So essentially do this, initialize repository. This is the first time I'm doing it. I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to try to do it. So commit, let's see what happens. What else can I say? So that's one project, and I want to get a skill for this. The other thing I have to do is find some viral LinkedIn posts, maybe three or four, try to figure out their their method, their structure, and then spit out a formula so that way I can put in all my leads information to make essentially a post for them. Let's see, commit. Does that work? Hopefully that works. Nothing screws up because right now, trying to figure out a way to get my friend to do this. At the moment, we're still learning, so it's fine for us to copy and paste each other and try to figure all this out. I've pretty much got a good lead generation scraping app from Anti Gravity, which is pretty cool. I did that in 3 days. Um, open git log. And then I'm just having to send pretty much as much outreach as possible. One thing to generate money for me is I just need to do more outreach, get a reply, and I also once I've done that, I need to do content because what's the use of being a content agency if I'm not releasing any content? The good thing is I am doing content on YouTube, but I'm not doing content on um, LinkedIn. For those that want to follow and where I'm getting all this information from, Jack Roberts and Daniel Fazio, they're the guys that I'm following. I'm not going to do their program or their course just yet, just to save some money because I feel like right now I don't need to pay for a program because I know I have to do outreach. So I'll wait for that first before I commit to a program. I feel like my goal is to hit 3 or 6K USD a month, which is pretty much closing 2 paid clients, and then go from there. Once I've got that, I think I'll do email marketing. Again, that's low percentage, but I feel like just reinvesting into the business, that would be the first point of call. Hitting 25K, I feel like that would be the bee's knees. But let's see how we go first. What else can I tell you? Yeah, I've been pretty much learning on the spot with AI. Um, in terms of expenses, I've paid for so far. So this is my second month of Gemini, which is $30. Paid another $30 subscription for Claude. I'm not too sure if I'm going to continue with that. Paid some API tokens for Kimi, which I probably put like $5, which you get heaps. I'm pretty sure. The next one I will be talking about is still doing sales, and I know I'm distracting myself and spreading myself thin, but that's another form of just staying on top of closing deals because I feel like that's still part of business and knowing how to close deals. I'm trying to figure out a way to do a decision tree. So I've got information essentially from someone else's decision tree in terms of discovery, objection handling. I want to form that into my current um, learnings from coaching calls in the past and current coaching calls and turn that into a decision tree. If I can figure that out, I feel like that would help set me up. So right now, I just need to do more outreach. I'm doing some SOPs, but the big thing for anyone starting an AI assisted agency is more outreach. So I want to be posting this up and watch me close my first client, hopefully in the next 2 months. If I can do that earlier, awesome. Let's see how we go.